First aid for USMLE Step 1, 2025, 35th edition ONCOGENES. ONCOGENES are gain-of-function mutation that converts proto-oncogene normal gene to oncogene. There is increase of cancer risk. It requires damage to only one allele of a proto-oncogene. So proto-oncogene, one allele. So that is oncogene. Genes like ALK receptor tyrosine kinase is associated with lung adenocarcinoma. ALK receptor tyrosine kinase associated with lung adenocarcinoma. Oncogenes EGFR, ERBB1 receptor tyrosine kinase is associated with lung adenocarcinoma. EGFR, ERBB1 is a receptor tyrosine kinase gene product, and associated neoplasm is lung adenocarcinoma. Next, oncogene is HER2, HER2, ERBB2. So there are two Bs. It means breast and gastric carcinomas. Gene product is also receptor tyrosine kinase. So oncogene is HER2, ERBB2, receptor tyrosine kinase, breast and gastric carcinomas. Next oncogene, high yield RET, oncogene, receptor tyrosine kinase. Associated neoplasm is MEN2A and 2B, medullary and papillary thyroid carcinoma, pheochromocytoma. Oncogene, RET, short form RET, receptor tyrosine kinase, MEN2A, 2B, medullary and papillary thyroid carcinoma, pheochromocytoma. What is BCR-ABL oncogene? The gene product for BCR-ABL is non-receptor tyrosine kinase, and associated neoplasm is CML-ALL. CML-ALL, BCR-ABL, non-receptor tyrosine kinase, CML-ALL. What a oncogene associated with myeloproliferative neoplasm? Myeloproliferative neoplasm is associated with JAK2, 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 non-receptor tyrosine kinase, myeloproliferative disorder. So again, BCR-ABL, non-receptor tyrosine kinase associated with CML-ALL. JAK2, non-receptor tyrosine kinase associated with myeloproliferative neoplasms. Oncogene BRAF, 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 and the gene product is serine threonine kinase. The associated neoplasm is melanoma, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, colorectal carcinoma, papillary thyroid carcinoma, hairy cell leukemia, hairy cell leukemia. BRAF is serine threonine kinase, melanoma, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, colorectal carcinoma, papillary thyroid carcinoma, hairy cell leukemia. What oncogene is c-KIT? Cytokine receptor CD117, CD117, CD117 is cytokine receptor, CD117 cytokine receptor, c-KIT, c-KIT. Oncogene associated with gastrointestinal stromal tumor and mastocytosis. Gastrointestinal stromal tumor, in short called as GIST tumors, and mastocytosis, cytokine receptor CD117, GIST, and mastocytosis. Next oncogene is MYC. Transcription factor associated neoplasm is Burkitt lymphoma. Burkitt lymphoma, MYCC, Mike oncogene, Mike transcription factor is the gene product, and associated neoplasm is Burkitt lymphoma. What oncogene is associated with Mike N, MICN, MYCN, Mike, and gene product is transcription factor. Associated neoplasm is neuroblastoma. Mike N, MYCN, N-MYC transcription factor, neuroblastoma. Oncogene next is KRAS, KRAS, and the gene product is RAS GTPase, and associated neoplasm is pancreatic, colorectal, lung, endometrial cancers. So KRAS oncogene is associated with RAS GTPase gene product, and associated neoplasm is pancreatic, colorectal, lung, endometrial cancer. KRAS associated with pancreatic, colorectal, lung, endometrial cancers. What oncogene is associated with follicular and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma? Follicular and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma is associated with oncogene BCL2, and the gene product is anti-apoptotic molecule, inhibits apoptosis. Anti-apoptotic molecule, this inhibits apoptosis, so there is no apoptosis, so BCL2 is the oncogene that causes that, and associated neoplasm is follicular and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. Next topic is tumor suppressor genes. Tumor suppressor genes, loss of function, increase cancer risk. Both two alleles of tumor suppressor gene must be lost for expression of disease. The Knudsen 2 hit hypothesis. This is Knudsen 2 hit hypothesis means for a cancer to occur, you need to have both two alleles of tumor suppressor gene to be lost, and then the disease will express itself. This is called Knudsen 2 hit hypothesis, means loss of function. And so our first gene for tumor suppressor gene is APC. APC is associated with colorectal cancer, associated with FAP, familial adenomatous polyposis, FAP, colorectal cancer, and the gene product is negative regulator of B-catenin, Wnt pathway, WNT, Wnt pathway. So APC went the pathway of colorectal cancer. It's easier to remember. APC went the colorectal pathway to cause cancer and associated with familial adenomatous polyposis. Next tumor suppressor gene is BRCA1, BRCA2, BRCA1, BRCA2, BRCA1, BRCA2 tumor suppressor genes, and so the gene product is the same BRCA1, BRCA2 gene product, and the first two alphabets BR, so you can correlate with associated cancer, breast, ovarian, prostate, pancreatic cancers. So BRCA, breast, ovarian, prostate, and pancreatic cancers. BRCA1, BRCA2 is associated with breast, ovarian, prostate, pancreatic cancer, and gene product is exactly as tumor suppressor gene BRCA1, BRCA2 gene product. Next tumor suppressor gene is CDKN2A, and the gene product is P16. This blocks G1 conversion to S phase. P16 and CDKN2A blocks the G1 to S phase conversion, and the many cancers that are associated with this kind of tumor suppressor gene CDKN2A is melanoma, lung, and pancreatic cancer. Melanoma, lung, and pancreatic cancer. Next is DCC, deleted in colorectal cancer. DCC, deleted in colorectal cancer, and therefore the associated condition is colorectal cancer. Next tumor suppressor gene is SMAD4, SMAD4, too easier to remember, SMAD4, DPC4, SMAD4, DPC4, and the gene product is DPC, deleted in pancreatic cancer. Uh, The condition associated with DPC is pancreatic cancer and colorectal cancer both. So DCC only has C's in it, so only colorectal cancer. However, the DPC has both P and C. So P for pancreatic cancer, C for colorectal cancer. Next is MEN1, and gene product is menin. MEN1, menin. Associated condition is multiple endocrine neoplasia type 1, MEN1, menin gene product, multiple endocrine neoplasia type 1. Next tumor suppressor gene, next two are NF1, NF2. NF1 is neurofibromatosis type 1, and gene product is neurofibromin, and it's also called RAS GTPase activating protein. So RAS GTPase activating protein, NF1, neurofibromatosis type 1. Tumor suppressor genes such as NF2. NF2 is Merlin schwannomin protein, Merlin schwannomin protein, NF2, Merlin schwannomin, NF2, neurofibromatosis type 2. Next gene product is P10, PTEN, in short, also can be just to remember, PTEN, P10, negative regulator of P13 AKT pathway, and this causes P10, so prostate, breast, endometrial cancers. P10, negative regulator of P13 and AKT pathway. This can cause prostate, breast, and endometrial cancer, PTN. What is the cancer associated with tumor suppressor gene RB1 retinoblastoma? One condition is retinoblastoma and osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer. So RB1 retinoblastoma, bone cancer, osteosarcoma. So gene product would be it inhibits E2F and blocks G1 to S phase. G1 to S phase. RB1 retinoblastoma osteosarcoma inhibits E2F, blocks G1 to S phase conversion. Next tumor suppressor gene TP53. TP53 gene product is P53. This activates P21 and blocks G1 to S phase conversion. Most cancers leave Fraumeni SBLA syndrome, multiple and malignancy at early age. Associated condition is sarcoma, breast, brain, lung leukemia, adrenal gland. So most cancers also known as Lee Fraumeni syndrome. They are SBLA, sarcoma, breast, brain, lung leukemia, and adrenal gland cancer, SBLA. SBLA TP53 blocks conversion of G1 to S phase, activates P21, and gene product is P53. Tumor suppressor gene TSC1 gene product is Hamartin protein, and associated condition is tuberous sclerosis complex. Tuberous sclerosis complex, tuberous sclerosis complex, TSC1, Hamartin protein. Second, TSC2, TSC1 is tuberous sclerosis, TSC2 is tuberin, and the condition is tuberous sclerosis complex as well. VHL inhibits hypoxia inducible factor 1 alpha, hypoxia inducible factor 1 alpha gene product, and associated condition is von Hippel-Lindau disease. Von Hippel-Lindau disease. Tumor suppressor gene WT1. WT1 gene product is urogenital development transcription factor. So urogenital development transcription factor is a gene product, and the associated condition is Wilms tumor, nephroblastoma. Nephroblastoma is WT1. Next, carcinogens. Carcinogens are toxins that you can get exposure through environmental products, and they affect specific organ and they cause cancers. Carcinogens such as aflatoxin is found in aspergillus, and exposure to stored grains and nuts can give you aflatoxin exposure. Affected organ is liver. Impact hepatocellular carcinoma. Hepatocellular carcinoma. Alkylating agents, oncologic chemotherapy. Alkylating agents, exposure to oncologic chemotherapy. Organ affected is blood, and the impact is leukemia and lymphoma. Leukemia or lymphoma on exposure to alkylating agents. Carcinogen aromatic amines, benzidine to naphthylamine. Exposure to textile industry like dyes, tobacco smoke to naphthylamine. Organ affected is bladder, bladder cancer. Impacts transitional cell carcinoma, transitional cell carcinoma, transitional cell carcinoma, aromatic amines. Next carcinogen is arsenic. Arsenic exposure is herbicide, vineyard workers, metal smelting, wood preservation. Exposure to herbicides, vineyard workers, metal smelting, wood preservation causes causes cancer of liver, lung, and squamous cell carcinoma. Hepatic angiosarcoma, lung cancer, squamous cell carcinoma, liver, lung, skin, arsenic. Next carcinogen is asbestos. Asbestos, exposure through old roofing material, shipyard workers. So old roofing material and shipyard worker, asbestos. It affects only organ lung, and impact is that it causes bronchogenic carcinoma. Bronchogenic carcinoma, which is more frequently seen than mesothelioma. Bronchogenic carcinoma more common than mesothelioma. Um, Tobacco smoke. Tobacco smoke can affect organs, almost all the major organs, typically bladder, cervix, esophagus, kidney, larynx, lungs, oropharynx, pancreas. Um, Impact transitional cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and adenocarcinoma, renal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma of the larynx, squamous cell and small cell carcinoma of the lung, squamous cell carcinoma of oropharynx, pancreatic adenocarcinoma of the pancreas. So bladder, transitional carcinoma, cervix squamous, esophagus squamous, kidney renal cell carcinoma, easy to remember, kidney renal cell carcinoma, larynx, lungs squamous cell carcinoma, and in lungs it can also cause small cell carcinoma, squamous and small. So smoking, squamous, small, lungs. What causes squamous cell carcinoma in oropharynx? Also smoking. However, in pancreas, you see pancreatic adenocarcinoma. Adenocarcinoma. Next carcinogen, ethanol. Ethanol affects esophagus, liver, breast. Um, Impact is that esophagus, you can develop squamous cell carcinoma, liver can cause hepatocellular carcinoma, exposure to breast, ethanol exposure to breast can cause breast cancer. Carcinogens such as ionizing radiation affects blood and thyroid. In blood, it can cause leukemia. In thyroid, can cause papillary thyroid carcinoma. Papillary thyroid carcinoma, PTC, thyroid on exposure to ionizing radiation. Exposure to nickel, chromium, beryllium, silica. It can be from occupational exposure, affects lung and causes lung carcinoma. General term, lung cancer, and any lung cancer can be caused by nickel, chromium, beryllium, silica. Exposure to nitrosamines mostly found in smoked food, and it only causes, so smoked food goes to stomach and so causes gastric cancer, intestinal type. What causes exposure to radon, byproduct of uranium decay, accumulates in basements. So basements can affect lung, causes lung cancer, second leading cause after tobacco smoking. Radon exposure by uranium decay accumulates in basement, lung, affects lung, causes lung cancer, secondary to most common secondary leading cause after tobacco smoke. Exposure to vinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride, people who work in PVC pipe factories, causes liver cancer and affects liver and causes hepatic angiosarcoma. Vinyl is vinyl chloride exposure, PVC pipes. Pipes are like blood vessels. So angiosarcoma, hepatic angiosarcoma.